If you remember in one of my previous videos, I installed new Ford Star wheels and some ultra sticky Toyo R888R tires on my Corvette. Those tires are surely going to kick up some road debris right into the rear quarters of my car. And if I don't do something about it, it's only going to get bad, especially with those sticky tires. These are the solution to avoiding that problem. Welcome to my garage. I've got a Corvette product that a lot of you have been asking me to review, so here it is. This is a single of a pair of Apsis C6 Corvette Splash Guards, and these are really important for all C6 Corvette owners because C6 Corvettes have an issue, especially wide-body Corvettes like mine. Since they're wider in the rear than they are in the front tires can kick up some nastiness and it hammers the rear quarters, especially by the rear brake duct area with rocks, road gravel, and dirt. I did some searching around and it didn't take long for me to figure out that Apsis makes what I need, so I ordered some up and it didn't take long for them to arrive, just a couple of days, much faster than I expected. Let's check them out. So here they are up close, and if I flip one over, the first thing you're going to notice is that the material is all black all the way through. Now there's no question that these things are going to take a beating. That's what they're supposed to do. So better these things than the side of your car, right? So when these things take a hit, they're not going to show a different color underneath. And this is important. The idea here is that you keep your car good looking and damage free. Now how this happens is these are not made of fiberglass. They're made of a fiber resin, which is like a fine fiber powder mixed with resin, and then they put it into a mold. This makes the surface smooth and then the fit consistent. Now all the kits are pre-wrapped with a rubber gasket to keep from scuffing your paint, and the wrap goes all the way around right to the top. Now they have a standard version and a narrow version, and they have a version to account for ZR1 side skirts and without differences. There's a cutout in the bottom to account for the side skirt, and I ordered the side skirt version, well, because I have them. And they have three colors: matte black, which is what I purchased to match the factory rear splash guards, black carbon fiber, and silver carbon fiber. Oh, and by the way, for non-wide body Corvette owners, they also offer both front and rear versions, plus just a ton of other stuff for all generations of Corvettes. Check out their website for more info at apsisusa.com. So back to mine for my Z06. The big question is which one to get, standard or narrow? Well, I was having a hard time deciding, so I actually bought both versions because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to go with. I know a lot of you C6 Corvette owners also struggle with that question on this, and it might cause you to just not make a decision, and next thing you know, the side of your car is all beat up. I mean, remember, you want to protect your car, but you also want it to look good, right? Right. So if you've been on the fence with which one to get like I was, I'm going to help you answer that question, and actually, we're going to figure it out together. Here you can see the width difference. The standard version on my right is as wide as the factory rear splash guard on the car. The narrow version is definitely narrower, not by much, maybe an inch or so, but enough to be able to tell visually. Now what matters is how it looks on the car, not off the car. So I'm going to install both and we can see how they look and compare them. Okay, so here's how this works. The first thing you want to do is you want to turn the wheel to get out of the way, like I have here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the Apsis splash guard, and you're going to kind of position it into place. And it might take a little bit of adjusting because there is a lot of compound angles to this, but once you get it in place, I'm going to drill a pilot hole here and a pilot hole there, and then I'm going to insert one of the screws that it came with. I'm not going to tighten it all the way though. And then I'm going to insert the other screw, tighten that, tighten this, and we should be good to go. Measure twice, cut once, or in this case, drill. And this is what it looks like when you're done. I gotta tell you, I'm never a fan of drilling holes in the car, but this turned out okay. It was actually pretty easy. Just, as always, take your time and make sure you got it right, and it stays on there pretty good. So let's see how it looks. That really wasn't that hard. I'm just not a fan of drilling holes in my car, but not a big deal. So here on the driver's side is the standard or wide version, which is, again, the version that's as wide as the rears. And then on the passenger side, I have the narrow version so we could see the size comparison. Which one do you like more? Pricing on these starts at $329 and goes up from there depending on what you want the material to be. Now some might say that that's on the high side, but like many things, you get what you pay for, and $329 isn't a huge price to pay for keeping your paint in good shape. I think they look really good and they make the car slightly more aggressive. I do like the quality and the fitment, and they look like OEM. And as far as I can tell, these are the very best C6 Corvette Splash Guard enhancements you can buy. If your car is a daily driver and sees only occasional track use, stick with the narrow versions unless you like the really wide versions. Also, if you do any racing, I'd get the wide versions as well to get the most protection out of it. Now, just remember, at extremely high speeds, just like anything else, these are going to change the aerodynamics of the car a bit, so take that into consideration. So what do you think? Thanks as always for hanging out in my garage with me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, you know the drill, and I'll see you in my next video.